Good morning, everyone. Taking a look at the Bitcoin markets today, all I can see for now is immediate recovery, but more bearishness. So, we saw a push up to the 6.8K area. And I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't even touch the top of the downward trend line that's been established over the last months. And so what I see here is that the bulls didn't even have enough strength to push up to this region, which I consider bearish. And everyone on this run, everyone was really hopeful and felt like, oh wow, maybe we get the altcoin season and everything. And while that is still a thing and the hope is still there, and altcoins are making higher lows right now, so the hope is not dead. It's looking pretty heavy on the Bitcoin side, because I would have assumed that if we get some sort of healthy correction, the trend, that the chart, the Bitcoin prices would drop somewhere around this region, right? And bounce up from here towards the upper trend line. But that didn't happen. We crashed right through it. And what we're seeing right now is, in my opinion, a pullback of this price action right here, the fall. And so I'm assuming that we will go up to this area, but then get rejected right here, and then fall all the way down to the lower support area. Because this is a pretty strange area where Bitcoin has stopped right now. And so what I'm assuming is that this is not the end of the fall here, and that we're maybe pushing up until we reach this region and then fall all the way back down to our lower support level. And this is basically the last line of defense for bulls right now. Because if this doesn't hold, then this whole structure that we've got here looks more like a giant bear flag, bear pennant. And yeah, so what I would be looking for if we get some kind of breakdown pattern is some kind of descending triangle or something, that we get a bounce back up here, go down, go up again, create a new lower high, go back down to this region. And if we get that would be a very clear sign of an upcoming breakdown. And this move would probably be huge, since we've been knocking on the 6K resistance for such a long time, that if this structure finally breaks down, I think the move will be gigantic. But I'm still not convinced that this is going to happen. But this is what someone could do if they wanted to get into a short position. So these are really good areas. This is a really good area for a short, because it's got really good risk to reward. And same with these areas. If we get these bounces downward, I think that would be a confirmation that this downtrend is accelerating, because we're just getting lower highs quicker and quicker. And yeah, if this accelerates to the downside, that would be a really nice setup for a short. And So the last hope for bulls, I feel like, is if they somehow manage to break this line and retest the upper trend line. And once that happens, I'd be looking for a breakout with huge volume, because otherwise this might just be another time that we turn down at the resistance. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty bearish right now, to be honest. And I rather think that this scenario is going to play out, even though I cannot be sure of that, of course. When I'm looking at altcoins, somehow I'm not feeling too bearish about them, because they have sold off so much, and that it wouldn't surprise me if we see some kind of decorrelation in the future, that even if Bitcoin goes down, that altcoins may not. I know that's a little strange, because we've had hyper correlation for such a long time that every time when Bitcoin went down, altcoins went down even further. But I mean, they already dropped like 95%, most of them, and I don't know if they have got enough enough juice left to be squeezed out, you know? I don't know. Until I see decorrelation, I wouldn't assume it, but as soon as you can see that even though Bitcoin is breaking down, that some alts are still going up, that's a good sign that we could possibly break that correlation we have at the moment. But for now, that's not the case, and you've always got to trade on what's happening right now in the markets, not based on your assumptions and hopes. So yeah, it seemed like I'm taking a look at the RSI, it seemed like the markets needed to recover a little from that big drop. But it's also that's what I would see as a more of a bullish sign, to be honest, because the 4-hour chart looks like it has already reached the end here. So yeah, it's difficult. It really looks like that bears and bulls are kind of in a little bit of an equilibrium here, but looking at the 1 hour, I think this scenario is still going to play out, that we see the pullback and then more downside with lower highs in the near future. So if you're a bull, then what you gotta look out for is a break of this area right here. And the retest of the upper trend line would be really, really good, because that's, no matter if you're bullish or bearish, that's a really, really good risk to reward area in general. Because if we were to turn down again, that's a really good short opportunity, because you set your stop right above the trend line. But if this breaks out, that would be even better for bulls. So fun stuff ahead, fun stuff. Yeah, this should be red, I suppose, because it's rather an area of resistance right now. Yeah, so what I love to do is, because I'm a little bull biased usually, I love to invert the chart and take a look at it from a different perspective, you know? And the question is, Do you rather assume that this is going up or down? And to be honest, I would probably buy a dip if it went down here, and I would also buy the breakout if this was a bull market. So this is probably what I should do in a bear market as well, right? So the only thing I don't like about that is that it looks like it's losing steam a little bit. If you get like a big crash through, I think it happens on the third time it touches the trend line. Right here we should have crashed through, I feel like, and now it's getting a little slower, because it could also just fall down, but right now it doesn't look like it. And yeah, so that's pretty much the analysis for today. Feeling bearish, and yeah, have fun, and see you tomorrow.